Will a deal between the Israelis and Hamas be reached tonight on the release of hundreds of hostages? We'll have all the updates.
After a BBC investigation discovered a Syrian refugee had her uterus removed after a traumatic birth in Glasgow without the presence of a proper interpreter, we'll be finding out how widespread the problem is.
And has Banksy's identity finally been revealed?
See you at 9.
Tonight, Israel's war cabinet meets to decide whether it'll accept a deal with Hamas. Well, later that day, her baby's heart began to struggle, and eventually a doctor who spoke Arabic was summoned to her bedside to tell her they would need to perform an emergency caesarean. Rula woke from her general anaesthetic to see her baby lying in a cot next to her, but shortly afterwards, she suffered a life-threatening bleed. The doctors and nurses present then had to use Google Translate to try to inform her she needed to go back to surgery, and a hysterectomy, where the uterus is removed, might have to be carried out. Well, the following day, Rula woke to find she would never have any more children. An interpreter had been found to tell her in person by that point. Now, NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde told File on 4 a telephone interpreter was made available throughout Rula's labour, and it was not routine to use face-to-face interpreters due to COVID. They said her claim about her treatment works.
And we track that because we know how important it is to try and bring around change.
And does it seem to be the case that different health boards will have access to maybe a varying amount of interpreter? That wasn't the case, that they weren't always as highly qualified as they could be?
But there should be access to telephone interpreters at different times of day as well as face-to-face, and also staffed to know that people are entitled to
the right dialect,
or the right dialect,
from this particular research as well.
Exactly.
Making this situation better for women who are in a their most vulnerable position, you could say.
Now, Scottish Water's under fire from campaigners over claims it discharged sewage more than 58,000 times over the past 5 years.
It comes from Surfers Against Sewage, who say they also reckon that these discharges are a significant underestimate because only 4% of the company's 3,600 overflows are reported on. Stephen Godden has the story.
Well, research by the consumer group Which suggests only 2% of products are actually at their cheapest on Black Friday itself, with the overwhelming majority being sold at a better price at other times of the year. So how can we tell if we're getting a glorious discount or not? We're here to chat all things Black Friday. Now, yes, Laura, any tips you can give me about Black Friday Christmas shopping? Because I'm notoriously disorganised.
I'm so middle-aged that the only thing that I have got on Black Friday deal is tiles for my new bathroom.
Right.
15% off.
Right.
I think read through the emails because there are some good offers there, genuinely, on the emails from these retailers if you've signed up.
Good advice.
That's
Thank you
my
very
advice.
much, Laura. Well, I'll try and be more organised this year.
Now, the BBC has announced that the hit show Top Gear will not return to our screens for the foreseeable future after one of the programme's presenters, Freddie Flintoff, was seriously injured during a crash while filming last December. The
long-running motoring show, which is sold around the world, will now be rested. David Silito reports. Well, from cars to planes now, here's a fantastic passion project for you. A group of pensioners from East Lothian have spent the last 23 years building a World War I plane. It is almost ready to take to the skies, and now they have someone to fly it. Yeah, 21-year-old pilot Ellie Carter will become the first woman to fly their historic warplane. Thank you, Chris. That's not bad. A bit of mild weather before the really bad stuff arrives. Chris, thanks so much. And that is all we have time for tonight. You can go to the BBC News website, of course, to see whether the potential hostage deal is going to happen in the Middle East. We will be back tomorrow night at 9. It's me and Hope Webb. But thank you for being with us this evening. Bye for now. See you later.